Welcome to our deep dive into the world of discipline versus motivation. We often hear these two words thrown around in the self-improvement space almost interchangeably. But are they truly the same? Do they come from the same place? Do they serve us in the same way? Today, we'll explore the key differences between discipline and motivation, understand their individual importance, and most crucially, learn how they work together to help you achieve your goals. It's not about choosing one over the other, but rather about understanding the role each plays in your journey to success. Just like two parts of a whole, discipline and motivation, when understood and harnessed effectively, can unlock a level of consistency and achievement you might not have thought possible. So, let's break down these powerful forces and see how we can use them to achieve lasting change. Let's start by defining our terms. What exactly do we mean when we say motivation and discipline? Motivation, at its core, is a feeling. It's the initial spark, the excitement, the pull towards a desired outcome. It's what makes you sign up for that gym membership in January, or start that ambitious project with gusto. Think of it like the fuel in your car. It gets you going. Discipline, on the other hand, is a commitment to action. It's about showing up and doing the work, even when the initial excitement fades and the going gets tough. It's about sticking to your schedule, honoring your commitments, and pushing through obstacles. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward, even when the fuel runs low. Imagine you set a goal to write a book. The initial excitement of the idea, the vision of holding your published work, that's motivation. But sitting down every day, even when you don't feel like it, and putting words on the page, that's discipline. Understanding this fundamental difference is key because it reveals the true nature of these forces. One is driven by feeling, the other by commitment. One is fleeting, the other enduring. And both are essential on the path to success. Now that we understand what motivation and discipline are, let's dive deeper into their key differences, starting with reliability. Motivation, by its very nature, is fickle. It's dependent on external factors like mood, inspiration, or even the weather. How many times have you felt gung-ho about a project, only to have that enthusiasm dwindle when faced with the first challenge? Discipline, however, is a constant. It's not swayed by how you feel in the moment. It's a conscious choice, a commitment you make to yourself, regardless of the circumstances. It's about showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. This difference in reliability also ties into their source. Motivation often stems from external factors, a desire for rewards, recognition, or even the fear of failure. Discipline, on the other hand, comes from within. It's about self-respect, integrity, and a deep-seated desire for personal growth. Finally, let's talk about emotional dependence. Motivation often relies on feeling good. When we're excited, inspired, or optimistic, it's easy to take action. But what happens when those feelings fade? Discipline, however, is about detaching from the need to feel good all the time. It's about understanding that true fulfillment comes from showing up consistently, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging. It's easy to assume that discipline, being the more reliable force, is inherently superior to motivation. But that's like saying the engine of a car is more important than the fuel. Both are essential for the car to run. Motivation, despite its fleeting nature, plays a crucial role in our journey. It provides the initial spark, the energy that propels us forward. It's the reason we set goals in the first place. Without motivation, even the most disciplined individuals would lack direction and purpose. Discipline, on the other hand, provides the structure and consistency needed to turn those initial sparks of motivation into lasting change. It's what separates dreamers from achievers, the bridge between intention and action. Imagine you're building a house. Motivation is the architect's vision, the excitement of designing your dream home. Discipline is the contractor, the one who ensures the foundation is strong, the walls are straight, and the roof doesn't leak. Both are essential for bringing that vision to life. Motivation without discipline leads to unfinished projects and unfulfilled potential. Discipline without motivation can feel like drudgery, a joyless pursuit devoid of passion. The key is to find the synergy between the two, to harness the power of motivation while building the bedrock of discipline. So how do these seemingly opposing forces work together in practice? Think of it as a relay race. Motivation takes the baton first, providing the initial burst of energy to get you off the starting line. It's the excitement of a new project, the allure of a new goal. But as the race progresses and the initial excitement wanes, discipline takes over. It's the steady hand, the unwavering commitment that keeps you moving forward, step after step, mile after mile. It's about recognizing that motivation will ebb and flow. There will be days when you're fired up and raring to go, and there will be days when you'd rather stay in bed, and that's okay. The key is to not rely solely on motivation to get you through. Instead, build a foundation of discipline that's strong enough to withstand the inevitable fluctuations in motivation. Create systems, routines, and rituals that keep you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. Remember, motivation is the why, the reason you started in the first place. Discipline is the how, the consistent action that turns that why into reality. Now you might be thinking, that's all well and good, but how do I actually build discipline? How do I go from being someone who relies on motivation to someone who shows up consistently even when it's hard? The good news is, discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like any muscle, it can be trained and developed over time. Start by setting realistic expectations. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, focus on making small, incremental changes. If you want to start exercising, don't try to go from 0 to hero in a week. Start with a 15-minute walk 3 times a week, and gradually increase the intensity and duration over time. Next, create a routine and stick to it as much as possible. Having a set schedule helps to automate your actions, making it easier to stay on track even when you don't feel like it. This could mean setting specific times for work, exercise, relaxation, and sleep. Track your progress and celebrate your wins no matter how small. Seeing how far you've come can be incredibly motivating and help to reinforce the discipline you're building. Use a journal, a habit tracker, or even a simple calendar to mark your progress. Remember, building discipline is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. The key is to be kind to yourself, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. Now let's talk about how to use motivation effectively. Remember, motivation is like a booster rocket. It can give you a powerful initial push, but it's not sustainable for the long haul. Instead of relying solely on motivation to get you through, use it strategically. Surround yourself with inspiration books, podcasts, quotes, people that light your fire and remind you of your why. Set compelling goals that excite and inspire you. The more passionate you are about what you're working towards, the more motivated you'll be to take action. Break down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes the journey less daunting and allows you to celebrate small wins along the way, which can provide a much-needed boost of motivation. Remember, motivation is not something you wait for, it's something you create. So actively seek out experiences, people, and information that fuel your passion and keep you moving forward. So, as we've discovered, the relationship between discipline and motivation is not about choosing one over the other. It's about understanding the role each plays in your journey to success. Remember, motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is the spark, discipline is the engine, motivation is the why, discipline is the how. Leverage both, the excitement of motivation and the consistency of discipline, to achieve consistent and sustainable success in any area of your life.